forgot his speech and had to run home while we were all eating haggis to get the... Can I just say, this was an accident there. I'm going to move this thing because it doesn't look good, does it? No. We tidied up the room, we put the decoration up and everything, and we've done everything. We've removed all the old posters. However, it looks like this one slipped by. Am I normal? Can you believe that was positioned behind Malcolm? Anyway, without further ado, I'll pass you over to Malcolm.
Show Thank you. So this is the serious part of the evening, so we're going to have a deferential hush, please. I just say what a fantastic event, Andy. Thanks, Andy, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak about one of my all-time heroes, the Bard of Scotland, Robbie Burns. A poet, along with England's Bard, one William Shakespeare, cited as a major influence on such modern lyric geniuses as Ireland's Seamus Heaney, America's Bob Dylan, Mytham Royd and the Queen's erstwhile laureate Ted Hughes, Australia's Dame Edna Everage, and not to forget Middlesbrough's own Roy Chubby Brown. It's true. Serious, this. Not memory speech, I don't mind. I'm so pleased that so many people have braved this cold January night to come and listen to and savour a 1 hour dissertation. Shortly. Pause.
No, seriously.
I remember so clearly up at the golf club about 8 years ago when Andy first invited me to deliver a speech in honour of the immortal memory of Robbie Burns. It was then a much smaller, more exclusive event. Exactly. In fact, it was a lot classier altogether.
Why are they getting the coach?
You're invited.
I asked Andy at the time, so why only 30 people? Didn't you tell them that I was speaking? He muttered something along the lines of, no, I didn't, but word must have got out. Now this speech, the Immortal Memory speech, is usually delivered by some sort of local luminary or big-time celeb, names perhaps like David Hockney, or our esteemed councillor, Lady Elaine Byron.
Yeah, she wasn't available either. They were all booked.
Or even someone like Elaine's famous London friend and co-conspirator, another lyrical genius, Boris Johnson. In fact, Boris has visited Burns' native county of Ayrshire, and is now apparently quite familiar with the local tongue. She's currently selling her story to the Scots edition of the News of the World. Anyway, the story goes that Boris made a tour of Kilmarnock General Hospital. Towards the end of the visit, he was shown into a ward of patients with no obvious signs of injuries or disease. He greeted the first patient, and the first patient replied, said, hello, hello. And this patient said, far for your honest sonsy face, you great chieftain of the pudding race. Oh, Boris.
Catchy, isn't it?
Boris appeared to be uncharacteristically confused by this, but went on to the next bed. Here, Boris asked the patient if the food was okay. And the patient replied, well, some may eat and cannot eat, and some what eat want it. Well,
Just like you, John.
yes. Boris asked the third sort of hapless soul if the hospital was clean. And he said, you know, if there's is there evidence of any vermin in this hospital? And the poor boy starts up and he points at the opposite bed and says, "We sleek it, timorous, curring beasties." Anyway, the penny dropped, and Boris turned to the doctor and he asked if it was a mental ward. Of course, the doctor turned around and replied, "No, it's a Burns ward." Hurrah! Anyway, sorry guys, in lieu of no doubt brilliant orators, you've got me. Anyway, tonight
Let's not mention the Pope.
I thought I'd like to avail you of 10 little known facts about Burns. Some are a bit anal, I must admit, but others point to the serious speech, if you don't mind, Adam.
I didn't say anything
Oh,
there.
that's all right.
I thought you were going to forget about last night.
Some are quite anal, but others point to the truly global appeal of the bard. For instance, after Queen Victoria, Christopher Columbus, Robbie Burns has more statues dedicated to him than around the world than any other non-religious figure. The Soviet Union was the first country in the world to honour Burns with a commemorative stamp, marking the 160th anniversary of his death in 1956.
Oh, yes.
That's when our friend Aggie had to run away. Mum. A translation of "My Heart's in the Highlands" was adopted as the marching song of the Chinese resistance fighters in the Second World War. American music legend Bob Dylan selected Burns' 1794 song "A Red, Red Rose" when asked for the source of his greatest inspiration. Apparently. Is that 10 yet? Anyway, so, a miniature book of Robbie Burns' poetry was carried to orbit by astronaut Nick Patrick on a 2-year space mission in 2010, and it did 5.7 million miles and 217 orbits in the air. Fascinating.
But he left it there.
Olan Syne is recognised by the Guinness Book of Records as being one of the three most popular songs in the English language. The other two are "Happy Birthday" and "For He's a Jolly Good Fellow." The new. Oh, and Robbie Burns was the first ever person to appear on a commemorative bottle of Coca-Cola, and that was in 2009.
Oh, that's terrible, lads. Take that one off.
Yeah, but I really believe this one. This one is a pop singer, popular beat combo. Pop singer Michael Jackson is said to have been a big fan of Robert Burns, and is reputed to have worked on an as yet unreleased album setting the bard's poems to music. Is that 10? All right, okay.
Yeah, that's 10. That's 10.
Right, okay, last one is...
That's 9.
The last one is...
They're all of it.
Oh, all right. Another little known fact
Oh, not another one.
is that he died on the same day as Pope Pius IV.
You knew that.
Well, apparently, when they died, apparently God, there was only one space in heaven and one space in hell. So originally, God thought, right, okay, well, I think we'll have to have Robbie in heaven. And, well, Pius, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go downstairs. So he sent Pius downstairs to hell and Robbie to heaven. And then he changed his mind for some reason. And so Rabbi had to go down to hell. And the Pope had to go to elevator. They met halfway in some sort of like elevator or something. Some celestial elevator. And so Pius said to Robbie, so where are you going then? And Rabbi said, well, I'm off to see old Nick. Where are you going? And Rabbi says, well, Pius said, oh no, I'm off to see the Virgin Mary. And with sort of a glint in his eye, Rabbi said, sorry, a bit late there. Sorry about that one. Sorry about that one.
Wow.
I've worried about this for weeks. That's all.
Move on, they're explaining it to your mother.
Now, you know, I tried it on some of my best, most right-on friends, and they said, well, it's probably a little bit more sort of like Frankie Boyle than Roy Chubby Brown. Right.
I wouldn't even say that.
Anyway, so why we're really here?
Frankie Boyle would have chewed a baby's head off.
We're really here. Could we please charge our glasses and be upstanding?
Well done, love. Well done.
You did it.
To the immortal memory of Rabbi Burns.
Right you are.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Malcolm. That was fantastic. When you said you were going to be an hour, I thought you were fucking joking. I just thought that maybe we should move on because they were explaining that joke to your mother down there. So maybe we